Good evening, everyone. Hope that you have had a great day today. Today, I wanted to show you my Fourth Wing books and my initial thoughts on what they look like, and I will read you the backs or the little um, previews, if you will, from the books, and so you can decide what you want or if you want to read them yourself. Like I said, these books are the limited edition version, or the collector's edition version, sorry, which means that they will be a different color than you will probably be getting should you be getting these books. Again, these are just my initial thoughts. I have not read them yet, unfortunately, because I only just got them last Tuesday. They are secondhand, though they haven't been read by the previous owner. And well, I really wanted to have all three of the books before I read any of them. So yeah, without further ado, again, because of the camera angle and because of the fact that I am filming on my phone currently anyway, unfortunately the book will be shown in a way of reversal. So yeah, this is the first Fourth Wing. As you can see, the cover is completely red instead of gold. It's shiny, it's metallic. This is what the side looks like, and this is what the paper looks like. It's sprayed. I did not do this, obviously, the book came like this. And this is the first book. It says on the cover itself, so just the front page, the front cover, the most brutal, wow, issues already. The most brutally addictive fantasy I've read in a decade. The #1 New York Times best-selling author, Tracy Wolff. That's what she said about this book. This book is by Rebecca Yarros. I hope I said that right. I'm not sure. She's also a #1 New York Times best-selling author. And yeah, this book, like the initial thought on the first book is just, it looks completely amazing. I mean, I don't think you can see the details very well, but maybe if I come closer. Nah, you don't see all the details in the camera, from what I can gather. Yeah, maybe like this a little bit, but there's a lot of detail that you miss, unfortunately. It's absolutely beautiful. It's shiny, and there are there's this picture on the inside, which looks like a dragon cloth there, maybe, with a castle in the distance. It's beautifully artwork, beautifully done. So I will read you the first preview, which is over here. Enter the brutal and elite world of War College. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today. It's worse than usual. Enter the brutal and elite world of a war college for dragon riders. From the #1 New York Times bestselling author Rebecca Yarros. 20-year-old Violet Sorrengail was supposed to enter the scribe quadrant, living a quiet life amongst books and history. Now, the commanding general, also known as her tough-as Talon's mother, has ordered Violet to join the hundreds of candidates striving to become the elite of Navarre, dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away. Because dragons don't bond to fragile humans, they incinerate them. With fewer dragons willing to bond than cadets, most would kill Violet to better their own chances of success. The rest would kill her just for being her mother's daughter, like Xaden Ryerson, the most powerful and ruthless wing leader in the Rider's Quadrant. She'll need every edge her wits can give her just to see the next sunrise. Yet, with every day that passes, the war outside grows more deadly. The kingdom's protective wards are failing, and the death toll continues to rise. Even worse, Violet begins to suspect leadership is hiding a terrible secret. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone at Biscayet War College has an agenda. Because once you enter, there are only two ways out. Either you graduate or you die. So that's what the inside says. There's also a back. So let me get to that. A dragon without its rider is a tragedy, but a rider without a dragon is dead. Anyone else feel like changing their mind? Xaden shouts, scanning the remaining rows of cadets with the same shrewd gaze of the navy blue dragon behind him. No? Excellent. Excellent. Rough half of you will be dead by this time next summer. The formation is silent, except for a few untimely sobs from my left. A third of you again the year after that, and the same your last year. No one cares who your mommy or daddy is here. Even King Tauri's second son died during his thrashing. So tell me again, do you feel invincible now that you've made it into the Rider's Quadrant? Untouchable? Elite? No one cheers. Another blast of heat rushes, this time directly at my face, and every muscle in my body clenches, preparing for incineration. But it's not flames, just steam, and it blows back Rhiannon's braids as the dragons finish their simultaneous exhale. The breeches on the first year ahead of me darken, the color spreading down his legs. They wander scared. Mission accomplished. Because you're not untouchable or special to them. Xaden points toward the navy dragon and leans forward slightly, like he's letting us in on a secret as we lock eyes. To them, you're just prey. So that's the first book. It sounds very intriguing. It sounds very, how will I say this, aggressive maybe? I mean, obviously it's full of fantasy. And I don't know as much about it except for what I've heard. And I'm not going to repeat those words because I don't want to spoil anything more than I have been spoiled at this point. Because I have unfortunately been spoiled a few things, but that's my own fault by looking things up. I got a little bit impatient, for these books because I've been wanting these for a couple of months now. And I'm one of those people, if I really want a book or when it's really, really appealing to me, if I can get a collector's edition, I will. I absolutely will. Especially if the cover is this beautiful. Because I'm one of those people who will judge a book by its cover. Yeah, you can tell me a lot of things, but covers just make it more attractive. Not people though. I do not judge people by how they look at all. Just books. The second book is called Iron Flame. And it looks like this. It is also gorgeous. Very shiny, very metallic. Also collector's edition, of course. Also black on the paper. And yeah, it's also very, very beautiful. Again, the normal version, I'm not sure what the normal version looks like, but I know it's not like this. I have seen it, I just don't remember. Because I was looking so much for the collector's editions. I was just looking past everything else. But yeah, so this one has the flame colors, I suppose. Like yellows, reds, orange. To make it really flame-like. I mean, again, there's a lot of detail you won't see on the camera right now. Wow, this one might be even shinier than the last, but yeah, at least with the light on. So the front says, a fantasy like you've never read before. Burn it down, iron flame. This time I will start with the back, which unfortunately does not have a description like the last one. The last one had a piece of it in preview. That's not with this one. This one just has reviews on it from other authors, I suppose. So, through Griffin Riders, though Griffin Riders are not capable of producing signets, they are not powerless. Underestimating them is an error. Griffins of Formiel, a study in combat by Major Garion Savoy. So right now there's a lot of reviews. I don't know if you want me to read these. I think I'm not going to, because these reviews are basically, I'll go down them quick. One person said, utterly addictive and completely unputdownable. Another said, smartass, badass, kick-ass, one hell of a ride. Number 3 said, kapow, what a story. Another one said, phenomenal, move this one to the top of your TBR, to be read list. I cheered, laughed, grinned, and refused to put it down. Dragons and war, passion and power, fourth wing is dazzling. Delectably dangerous, fierce, and spine-tingling as all hell. And the last one said, a wild, sexy roller coaster of a ride. All of these reviews come from best-selling authors from the New York Times. Oh well, CC Robson does not say that she's a New York Times bestseller, but she's an award-winning author. But the other ones are. So here we see a map, a beautiful piece of artwork that will, I suppose, help a little bit with the story, to know where you are, which could help with the first book as well if you have this. I suppose, at least if you want to know where they are and if you want to be able to visualize it more. So the preview here says, sorry, I'm having issues. The first years when some of us lose our lives. The second years when the rest of us lose our humanity. Zayden Ryerson. Everyone expected Violet Sorrengail to die during her first year at Basgiath. Sorry, it's a bit of a difficult word for me. At her first year at Basgiath, War College. Violet included, but thrashing was only the first impossible test, meant to weed out the weak, willed and unworthy, and the unlucky. Now the real training begins, and Violet's already wondering how she'll get through. It's not just that it's grueling and maliciously brutal, or even that it's designed to stretch the writer's capacity for pain beyond endurance. It's the new vice commandant, who's made it his personal mission to teach Violet exactly how powerless she is, unless she betrays the man she loves. Although Violet's body might be weaker and frailer than everybody else's, she still has her wits and a will of iron. And leadership is forgetting the most important lesson Basgiath has taught her. Dragon riders make their own rules. But the determination to survive won't be enough this year, because Violet knows the real secret hidden for centuries at Basgiath War College, and nothing, not even Dragonfire, may be enough to save them in the end. So, that's book number 2. Again, it sounds very interesting, and I'm sorry if I fuck up while speaking. I don't know why I have so many issues talking. It happens in real life as well. I guess maybe I get a little bit nervous about saying things wrong, and that's exactly what happens. Makes sense to me. So number 3 is called Onyx Storm. I don't know what the normal book looks like, because I have 2 of these. I ordered one of these myself, and the second one I got with the other 2. She would not part with 2 of them. She had to sell all 3. So I got all 3 of them. Again, both of them are collector's editions, so it's a little bit unhandy. Again, we have a map that you just saw, basically the same one. Maybe a little bit more clear this time, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it's a little bit more clear to me. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more defined. Right, I forgot to show you the normal. This is what the book itself looks like. I'm sorry, I forgot for a moment. Again, very metallic, very shiny, very pretty. So silver and gray, with some white, some black, and some gold. Gold outlining. But this one is a little bit more special because it has these dragons on the side. These are not custom painted. This is not a custom job. This is just how the book itself came. Though, if you are a fan of fantasy books, you would know by now that there are places where you can have your books custom sprayed. Yes, this is actually a thing. I myself have not done that because it's ridiculously expensive. That's 1. 2, I find it ridiculous anyway. But yeah, this is how the book itself came. So it's a very pretty book. This one does in fact have a preview, not like the other one where you would just see the reviews of other authors, but just a little bit of a preview. So I will read that to you now. I will not die today, I will save him. Violet Sorrengail's personal addendum to the Book of Brennan. Power rises, humming through me with an insistent demand, and I lift my right hand, aiming my palm toward the sky of the open amphitheater. Xaden vanishes from behind me, a second before I release the strike. Light flashes, illuminating the area as lightning streaks upward. Through the barrier of the words and into the clouds above, and I hear the other cadets. Collective gasps before the darkness descends again. You're astounding, he says. Already one of the shadows. Why only me, I ask, turning endlessly to find him. You need to be able to find me. Shadows rush against my skin, and less than a breath later, they're gone, leaving me stumbling near the front of the mat, staring at Xaden's retreating back as he climbs the stairs. Why me? I repeat, more than aware of the other cadets staring as I find my balance, studying me as if hoping to discover a mark, since Xaden walked away unscathed. Xaden! He doesn't so much as passes a scent, because you're the only one capable of killing me. So that was the back. Now I will read the inside flap. Riders don't run, we fight. Violet Sorrengail. After nearly 18 months of Basquiat War College, Violet Sorrengail knows there's no more time for lessons, no more time for uncertainty, because the battle has truly begun, and with enemies closing in from outside their walls and within their ranks, it's impossible to know who to trust. Now Violet must journey beyond the failing Aretian words to seek allies from unfamiliar lands, to stand with Navarre. The trip will test every bit of her wit, luck and strength, but she will do anything to save what she loves, her dragons, her family, her home, and him, even if it means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything. They need an army, they need power, they need magic, and they need the one thing only Violet can find, the truth. But a storm is coming, and not everyone can survive its wrath. So, yeah, it is, I would almost say, very intimidating. It feels very aggressive, yet it has an undertone of romance from what I've read in forums. Obviously, there's not much romance to find in these texts that I've just read. These previews, not previews, previews. But yeah, there's definitely some there. There's a lot of fan artwork you can find on things like Pinterest. Is it Pinterest? I think it is. I tend to confuse Pinterest and Instagram because I don't use Instagram at all. I only use Pinterest, and somehow I just sometimes I just switch up the names for some reason. So yeah, these books are absolutely stunning to watch. They're an absolute favorite from what I have right now in terms of looks. And I cannot wait to read them, to be honest. I have other books that I'm currently reading that I need to finish first. I might do a review on those, but they aren't exactly what I expected them to be, and I don't know if I should qualify me reading the texts off of the back as 18 plus, because like I said, I kind of bought them. There was this book set of 4 and the books looked really cool. I haven't really read what was the content of the books. I just really liked the books, the way that they looked, and they were €23 for a set of 4. For some of you who don't know, it's called the Twisted series. Twisted Love, Twisted Hate, Twisted something, 2 more. I'm almost through Twisted Love. I will admit there's a lot of mystery in it, a lot of drama, and for that I continue to read. But if you love 50 Shades of Grey, you're gonna like that book. You're gonna probably like that book a lot. I haven't read the other 3 yet because I started with Twisted Love. I got these books before Fourth Wing, otherwise I would have started Fourth Wing first without any form of doubt. But it's almost 2 a.m. This video got longer than I intended it to be. I apologize. But yeah, so this was my initial thought on these books. I will leave a review once I've read through them and I'm able to completely make up my mind. It's gonna be a while though. I mean, I still haven't read The Great Gatsby on camera yet, which I was supposed to do, but I'm not so sure it's a good idea at the moment, especially with the voice cracking. I do need a little bit of practice. So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting a little awkward now. I don't know why. I think it's because my voice is starting to crack. Anyways, I'm gonna wish you all a very good morning, a very good day, a very good evening, and a very good night. And I wish you all a very happy day tomorrow. And I will hopefully see you next time. Alright, have a good night.